Hi there, welcome to Dismas the Pilgrim, the Puzzle Pilgrim. Today we're going to be working through a couple of puzzles from Netflix, namely the Starstruck and all three difficulties of the Sudoku. After that we'll be moving on to the New York Times for Wordle and Pips. From there we'll do some chess.com puzzles, the daily and also a handful of their more general puzzles. We might move on and do some puzzles from the Telegraph, and if anyone redeems them, there are some bonus puzzles that we can do on Netflix and potentially New York Times. With that, let's move on to the Starstruck, as it is one of my favourites. We don't track the wins on the easy, as I use this as a warm-up. The rules for Starstruck are that we need to fit a single star in each row, column, and coloured region, and stars cannot touch any adjacent square. Okay, so we have a 1 by 1 here, which gives us this one. After that, we're left with just these yellows, which gives us that. Yeah, this column needs to be purple, so we can exclude them, which gives us brown. This formation here, it excludes from the entire row, but it also excludes from the two adjacent to it. Okay, that star, that star, that star. Welcome in. So there's the warm-up done. That's a nice easy one. Okay, like the hard. Yesterday I actually had the first fail at Starstruck since the channel started. Ranksk, who is the puzzler that I watch all the content from, he struggled with it in his video. He did get there, but it involved some theories that even I can keep up with. On this one though, we have this shape here, and when both a row and column are fully taken up by one region, like this, the only way that we can satisfy it being us having one in the region and covering the column and the row is put in the same corner, which gives us the same shape there. That creates a column of 3 here, which includes from there, there, and there. It's giving us another column, another row, I should say, which excludes from there. Everything remaining in yellow excludes from here because they are all touching it. Everything left in blue touches here. Everything left in orange touches here. These two here now exclude that one. Okay, in this column, the star will have to go in green, excluded from these ones. Across, I don't need a pen out to show you this one. Just so it's a little easier to visualize. So across these two rows, we know that a star has to go here, and it has to go here. And these two regions are fully encompassed, so that's why they have to go there, which means a star cannot end up there. That's given us the star has to be here in yellow, exclude here and here. Now in grey, we can exclude from there, which gives us these in a row, column I should say. It's the yellow, and it all cascades. That one's a lot more forgiving than the last one. Let's mark that bin down. Much happier with how that one went than yesterday's. Okay, after that we'll move on to the Sudoku. The rules for Sudoku are that we need to put the numbers 1 through 9 in each row, column, and 3 by 3. Welcome in. Addition on the easy, I do everything I can to not use any written notes on the board. so a written note, so the UI loads properly, is like this, so you can fit it in like that. But like I said, I try not to use any notes on the easy, as this is my warm-up. So we'll start with these ones here, which the one will have to go here, which looks across, and then like these gives us this one. That's all I can spot quickly on the ones, so we'll move on to the twos. These two give us this one. That's all I can see quickly. These two fours give us this one. Not seeing anything quick on the fours. These two fives gives us this one. Hey, welcome back. Let's see. We actually got through the Starstruck today, so I'm already into the Sudoku. Still can't believe how punishing yesterday's was. Well, I did mention whilst I was solving it, the puzzler that I follow, even he had a bit of difficulty with it. He's much smarter than me, so he did get there, but it actually gave him trouble as well, so I didn't feel anywhere near as bad about not getting it. Okay, this 9 gives us this 9, these two both look up, gives us that one. These two look across here, giving us this one. And, oh, that one gives us these here, these two look across. Yeah, that is what I was trying to say. These two look into here, giving us the 9s have to be here. I'm trying to couple with this one, and this one gives us this 9. The other 9s are paired. Right, because of how quickly we got through it, I'm trying to see if I can get through this one before the first ad break kicks in. Okay, so thanks to this one and this one, we know that the ones have to be here. It looks up with this one and across with this one, giving us this. Nothing quick. Okay, these twos look across, giving us this one. So there's 2 there. Threes have to go across the top here. So that one gives us this. This one looks up, giving us that. These two look across with that one, giving us this one. Until we can get the 3s at the moment. We need a 4 in that box. These two 5s look across, giving us this one. That looks down, that looks across, giving us that. This looks up with that one, giving us there. These two look across, giving us that one. And these look down, and the last 5 is there. 6s. This one looks across, giving us there. These two look down, that one looks across, giving us this 6. The last 6 goes here. 7s. This one looks across, this one looks up, giving us the 7s have to be here, which gives us that. The rest of the 7s are paired, so with that, what's left here, that's an 8. That's the 8s, 9s are now solved. And back around to this. This one looks down, This one looks cross. We're forced to have ones here. Which, when we get downwards with this one, these two cross against that one. Ah, I didn't spot that that one's there. Giving us this, and solving the ones. And we need 2 there. 2's go here, and that's spread out too much. 3 has to go there. It's these. This 4 is this box. 4 there. 4 there. There. Right, we'll pause briefly as the ad break is starting, and I always pause the puzzles while the ads are running, just so no one misses out. See you very shortly. Welcome back. Welcome to the stream tab. We are already through with the Starstruck for today. It was a very quick solve on the hard, which I was very happy to see after yesterday. We're already at the clean-up stage of the easy Sudoku. The warm-up is nearly complete. There we go. There's the easy Sudoku done. Not too bad, thanks. Yourself? Okay, so on the medium, I will start using notes at some point, but first I'm going to cycle through looking for gifts. So, one, this, it has to be here, it looks back up and get that one. This one's cross, put some ones there. This one just the ones there. Hey Raven! I'm glad you could join. Oh god, that sounds awful, Tab. So we get 5 here. So this is just the quickly cycling through the stage. Okay, so the 5 has to be one of these, and because it's got to be in this bottom row, let's go there. Oh no. It's always worse when it's someone else's fault. Right, at least when it's your own, like you know you've only got yourself to blame. Okay, not seeing anything easy. Nice. We'll do one more pass and then we'll start. Simple with ones. All with the twos. At this point, I kind of just want to start with the notes. So we'll start at the top left. These two are crossing, this one is here. I will occasionally just scan to see if there's any helpers from boxes that I haven't filled in yet. Okay, so give us that 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 is along that column. And we're matching 8. And then the 9s. See, no. But this box will only contain a 9 notes, so we can put that in straight away. This box, 1, 2, 3 already. Okay, so we've got that 4 there, and nothing else to help exclude, which we've got all across the bottom here. 5s go here. 6. Not enough to help exclude with the 7s at the moment, so we'll do this cluster. Nothing to exclude with the 8s at all. The 8s end up all over the job. And the 9s. Move on, because I'm not going to spot any pairs quickly there. So we have the 1. So go here. Thanks to what will end up noted down here, the 3 go here. 4, 5, 6. 7s here. 8s, we've got no exclusions at all in that box, but I am noticing that they will go here. I'll just explain. So this column is only missing 8 3s, which means the 8 and 3 have to go in these boxes and nothing else can. It also means the 8 and the 3 can't be present anywhere else in the 3x3. that actually tells us that this is the 8. So that will do the 9s. 9s go across here. That gives us this 7. Which gives us 2 9 pair here. Okay, so with this box on the left. Good to see you too, Duck Wizard. So the centre box, we already have the 1. Twos, 3s can only go across here. 4s roll across the centre. 7s can go here, which matches the 3s, which means you have a 3-7 pair here, which means we can do 4 and 2 4. So nothing else will go in these boxes because it has to be either 3 or 7. 8s, so the 8 looks in here, forcing 8s into here, looks back, giving us the 8s there. And then with the 9s, we end up with 9s here. But with the left with the naked 8, so that's the 2 9 pair in these 2 boxes, which means we've got to 2 9, and I shouldn't have put 9 there earlier. At least with the no worries. How is it at Axed House today? Okay, so nothing excluding any of the 1s in this box yet. Oh, but this column needs a 1, so actually it gets there. Not much to. Okay, so the 2s, thanks to the 2s that have to go there, can only go down here. 3s go all along this column. 4s only go here. We already have 5. So now we have a 4-6 pair. We have the 7 and 8. Leaves us with 9s. Yeah. That's a think 2. Which gives us the 2. 3. So, 2 and 9. So now we'll move on to this box. Oh, thanks for putting 2 in. That's the only place for a 2. With that 2 looking across in this column, looking down, we get these. And these are paired 2s, so we can't solve them until. So we go back to this box like we intended. So we've not got much to exclude the 3s at the moment. Or 4s. 5s. Okay, feed across here. We have the 6 and 7. This is the 8s. Unfortunately, we don't really know what we have left, and now we no longer have any candidates for pairs. I'll look at this one. We only have the 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 looks across, which actually just gives us this 5. We got the 6 and the 7. Nothing to go on. 8s or the 9s. actually, yes we do. The 9s have to be here, which forces this to be an 8, which gives us this 9. Then in the bottom box, with the 1s, beautiful column, we already have the 2. 3 looks down, gives us the whole column. We already have the 4. 5s look across. The only place for a 5 is here. 6s can only go in here. 7s, the only place for a 7 is here. And that actually gives us this 8. Okay, it's cross giving us this one. Okay, we might end up with a cascade here where things just solve that. Yeah, so if we just start following where the notes are excluding themselves for us, we should end up with a fully solved puzzle. There we go. And there's the medium. Go into the hard. Again, I'm going to start by looking through for any gimmies where we've got easy solve numbers. So, first one is this one. Nice quick with the 2s. With the 1s, sorry. The 2s, we get this one. Have to go there, which will copy up this. Add 2s here. Here. Okay, I need 3 of these with the 3s. I can swap. 4s. We get this one. There. And then we have a paired force across these boxes. Okay, this 5 is okay, giving us the 5s have to go there, which excludes them, giving us this 5. It ends up spreading across the whole section. So onto the 6s. The 6 looks across, this one looks down. It's this one. Alright, good luck. Okay, so this 7 looks across, forcing the 7 to this section here. It also keeps looking across when we get the 7 is there. We've got paired 7s here. Can't spot anything quickly as with the 8s. The 9s are going to have to go there, but I don't think there's anything I can do with that straight away. No. So we'll do another pass, because we did get quite a few numbers there. I'm actually thinking there's no point. Yeah, I don't think there's any point doing another pass with numbers. So we'll go straight to the notes. We've already got 1 and 2. This 3 looks up, giving us this cluster here. We've already got 4, 5s across, these 6s look up, giving us there. Already got the 7. We've got anything to exclude 8s. We do not, so there are 8s that go everywhere. And then with the 9s, it's this cluster there's no obvious pairs. So then we'll look across here. Okay, so there's 2 looks across here, so you'll end up with 2's there. You look back with this one, 2's here. Already got 3, 4, 5. Put 6 in the outside columns. 7 is up here. You have anything excluding the 8s here at all? Do not. And then for the 9s, we end up having to build. Okay, so over here, just firstly, along this row, these have to be an 8-9 pair. Means this is a 2-3 pair. There's 2 and 3 the only numbers missing from the rest of the box, and because 8 and 9 are the only ones missing from here, they have to go there. 2 and 3 look across, so we can remove that 3. This still doesn't give us an easy spot pair. So now we'll put that in. We'll put 1 and 2. Nothing excluding the 3s. Already got 4. Oh, we can put a 5 here, which doesn't actually help right now, but that will give us this 5. That way. Which looks down. So that'll actually give us some inclusion for the 5s. We'll have 6. 7s look across going here. 8s are in the opposite boxes, and then the 9s have to go here. Just looking to see if there's anything else that matches with the 9s, and unfortunately there isn't, because the 5s overflow out here. Okay, we'll move on to the centre box now. We already got the 2, the 3, not much to exclude. 4s, and these. 5s. More 6s. Already have the 7. Let's go here, and the 9s. They're in this cluster. Good. Okay, so we've got the 1s here. What's this one? 2s are only across here. Put anything to exclude 3s. Nope. Already have the 4. 5s can only go here. 6s. Hopefully go on most of the wrecks. We already have the 7, 8, 9. Again, not spotting any quick and easy pairs here. Right, so in this box we have a pair which is the 7, 8. Just have a quick scan up, see if we can see another 7, 8 pair. We can't, but we have been left with just a 6 here. This doesn't quickly solve anything out for us, but we have an 8, 9 pair here. This 3. Yeah, still no quick solve pairs here. So, in the middle of this box, we already have the 1. 2s have to go here. Not much to exclude. 3s. 4s. Go here. 5s go across here. We already have the 6. 7. Places. Nothing to exclude the 8s whatsoever. We already have the 9. Okay, so this last box at the bottom. It's here, we have 2 ready, nothing to 3. Ah, yes there is. So this column is only missing 1, 3. 1 can only go here in the column, which actually gives us the 3. That gets the 5, so now we get the 6s. Go across here. Move the 7s down, 6 here. 8 can go in any box, and we already have 9 here, and 9 there. I really thought that was going to be an empty box there. Naked 6, I should say. Okay, so across this column, we have an 8, 9 pair, which will actually force this to be a 6. So now I just need to scan looking for other matchups like that, so that we can actually break into and finish the rest of the puzzle. Don't forget, channel points can be redeemed if you want to choose the starting word for Wordle. If no one actually chooses anything, I'll be starting with daily, which is how often I should be streaming daily puzzles. Yes, that is how I came to start using that word. It is that original. Okay, so I'm going to start clicking through the numbers, see if there's anything obvious that jumps out with number pairings. Don't spot anything yet, but the moment I do, I'll explain. Oh, starting to move on. Or start to do anything. No, we've ended up with a really busy board today. So what I'm going to end up doing is a look ahead. Add you. Okay. I'll see if it has it, because technically that's a French word. So we will try that one. If it doesn't work, you don't have to redeem it, but you can pick another word if add you doesn't work for any reason. So have a backup in mind just in case. Don't bother putting it in the chat yet. But yeah, we're about to go to ad break, so I'm gonna pause, and I'm gonna start using a look ahead when we come back, which is where we try and find that looks powerful, but by which I mean will have a great impact on the rest of the puzzle, and we will pick. It's as simple as that. We pick a number, which is why I've got the little drawing pen ready, and we start solving the puzzle as if my choice is correct, and just following it down until either it solves or the logic breaks. And if the logic breaks, we know that that choice is wrong. But yeah, we'll get back into that as soon as we've had this word from, I want to say our sponsors, but really I'm not making enough money out of these ads for it to be my sponsors, so this is Twitch's sponsors. Back in a bit, guys. welcome back. So, like I said before the break, we're about to start using look-aheads to try and solve the rest of this puzzle. Right now, I've just got to pick a number that I think is going to get us into this puzzle properly. So, first, I want to try 3 here. Give us this 2. Also gives us this 2. If I can 3 look down, give us this 5. Okay, that's okay. 6, 8, 5, 9 pairs here. That's 3. Okay, so it's not being as impressive as I was hoping, because I was hoping for this to kick in a lot more. Okay, so the 8 and the 5 across here, so that's 6. You just split 1, 3 pairs here. Yeah, so that these 2 is 1, 3 pairs, which means the 3 and the 2 is in there. That gives this 6. Yeah, because the notes are already on the page, it does get a little hard to follow the steps here. I'm not just talking about you guys following it, I'm talking about me following my own notes now. Because I've got to try and cut through the stuff that I've already written down. So the sentence. So that's 5. These are 5 pairs, so that will give us the 3 here. I think. So that looks okay so far, but then I think I might have had to start with one of the 8 9s. But I need one that's going to impact all of them. If I just select this 8, so I've got some visual on where the 8s are. Okay, so I've gone to a different colour so I can track where I've done it as another pick. So that would give us 8 have to be across here. Also removes the 9s, which gives us 1 8 pair and 1 8 pair. Moving the 8 and the 9 from here, which does it? Why is that 1 8 pair? Looks like there's nothing for the 6s. Confusing myself. 8 goes across, we get 2 there. Okay, that one I can definitely set. Gives us 8 here, which gives us this 8, which gives us this 8. This one we're going to open up and it gives us this 8, which solves this 8. Ooh, that's another 8. So that makes this 1, it's a 6. These are 7 9 pairs. It's really on this 1 3. We got 3 cooking in here, which makes it 1. This 1 5. We got 5, so that's a 1. We got the 1 and the 6, so that's a 3. This a 1. Ah, so I have broke it. Somewhere. Might have to clear it and start the look-aheads again, just with the 8 9s up here. Because I don't know which one broke it, because I tried 2 different look-aheads at the same time. So I'll try it again just with this one. Is this 8? This is this. Which gives us this 8. 1 6. That's a 1 3. 4 6. That's a 4 3. Okay. Not that helpful. Ah, because it's this 9. It's 7 8 pair here, and if that's a 7 8 pair, that looks up. Also this to be an 8. This 9. Yeah, this is not how puzzles are probably meant to be solved, but occasionally my brain just fails and it is the only tool that I am left with. That's 7 9. That ends up being a 7 9. There's 7 9 pairs. I already have the 9s removed from here because of this. It was 8 6, 1 9, and 1 6. That's a triple, so there's nothing I can do with that. This is 5 7 and 4 7. Okay, so I can't actually follow that one any further than that. So I'm going to try putting the 8 here. It gives us this whole box. We still get the 2 there from this, which is interesting. So that's still 5 7. 5 7 pair. Goes. Now we've already got 7 pulling out of that one. Huh. I cannot see a way to break that. Okay, so then we get 8, 9, 8. The 8 and the 9 there force this into being 7. 7, 8, 9 force this to be a 2. Yeah, still having my own notes left on the page could make this very confusing. So I'll end up scanning some of it and be very confused as to why numbers are and aren't there. That to be a triple. That's also a triple. That's a triple. 3, 4, 3, 4, 6. 6. So yeah, there's nothing I can do to resolve that further down. That's 2, 7, 8, which actually becomes 2, 5, 7, 8, which actually becomes a 5 7. So these are 5 7 pairs. 3 8. 4 8. No worries. Okay, so there's got to be some times. Okay, we'll try another entry point. I want to try this entry point where we might actually be able to solve out the whole box here using it. And that might give us a bit more to go on. Like, might is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. Two, 5, 5, 9, 5, that's 4, 6, that's 6, 5, 1, 6, 8, 5, 8, so that's 1, 3. But I will keep failing to see numbers whilst I've got too much written on the screen. Okay, that has to be a 3, because the 8 and the 1. 1, 3, 8 are gone, that's 5, 9. Already got a 9 there, so that is the 5, which is... Where can I put a 1 in here? 3 only there. The 4s and 6s can go either of these. This 1 forces that to be a 1. I hate having to solve Aylex, but it happens. 2, 3, 6s. That ends up being the only place 4 or 6. 7. 8 still a bit available here. 9 can now only go here. Okay, we have 5, a 6, and a 9, forcing this to be a 4. Makes this a 6. Ooh. You follow it. Thank you. Just checking if anything is broken after that. Doesn't look like it. So we still need 5 7s down here. What else we left? We got here. It's getting very messy. Okay, so that's 1 9, which makes this an 8, which makes this a 2, makes this a 7. Choose come down, so we need 2 just here. An 8. Yeah, I think I might have found it. This is looking quite promising. It's a 7-8 pair. Oh, that's really nice of him. Okay, so let's put here 2, 3, it's got to be 4. So in this row we're only missing 5. Us 8, 7, 8. Fantastic. Right, it looks like I've solved it, but only using the look ahead. But a win is a win, especially after the loss I had on Starstruck yesterday. So I can just go over all the notes that I've made and like I could have like gone through with if I'd have remembered what my first selection was. Just following the logic through after that, but I forgot. So there is the Sudoku done for the day. Thank you. So we'll move on to the Wordle. Tab has actually picked the starting word for us today. I've got to remember how to spell it first. There we go. I-E. Oh! It's actually in there. Even with it being a French word. That's interesting. Yeah, we actually got quite a few letters out of it. The A not being there is quite powerful. I'm feeling starting with the D for some reason. Because the other word I was thinking doesn't fit. I'd be one letter short. So, from here... Yeah. Okay, we still have all the same letters. So we know that the D is not in the beginning. And it's not an ED word. Redux, maybe? Okay, so I'm feeling it's going to be something BE. It can't be ED. It could be. So X D E. What are we actually? Okay, so I was onto something with. Oh no, I wasn't. Again, trying to use too many letters. Damn it. So it's not me and you. Pretty sure that's definitely wrong. I've got the U and the E in places that I've already tried them. Sleep. After this, just so I can see some stuff. Alright, so the D has to be here or here. Yeah, here or here. Oh god. I swear I can write. Let's try that. Why can I not write today? That'll have to do. D. E has to be at the end or the beginning. U has to be here. U cannot be here, it should be here. You no, because we don't use the B. Yeah. Well, I keep trying to think of 6-letter words, which is no good. Like, for a second I was thinking board might work, but like we just don't have the space for it. Like, dower isn't spelled like that. Yeah. No, this isn't Tab's fault. Tab actually helped. He got me 3 yellows straight away. That was good. This is... No. Yeah, this is just the Wordle puzzle being difficult. Yeah, like 3 yellows on the first word is really good. Like, usually I'm lucky to get, like, 1 or 2. I know that I'm missing the R, but it might help me place some letters. Okay, so now I know it's U, D. Because although the D is yellow, it's appeared in all 4 of the spots as yellow. It still leaves the possibility of E. We still need the R somewhere. It can't go here, it can go here, not here, or here. So oh, got it, I think. Yeah. There we go. That one was a little tricky, but I like it. Like, it was good. That was a good starting word. Like, I think I did badly with duels as a second guess. We could have done a bit better if we'd have gone straight to Redux. With that, we'll go into the first tips of the day. Oh, before I do, let's go back. That's the one thing I forgot to do. Let's mark the win. There we go. Now we can move on to pips. Still never know where to set my screen to sit for this. So, first thing I've got to figure out is the orientation. So with pips, we need to place dominoes on this grid. We are given logic clues, such as totals. So the first thing we know for certain is we have our geometry. We also know that the 5s are already accounted for. If we use 5, 2 here, we're going to need these two dominoes to add to 5, and I don't have anything that adds to 5, which means it's going to have to be the 5, 3. Only way to make 7 out of the rest of it is that. So we get this. That double's going to have to go there, and then 8 plus 1 is 9. There we go. That was a nice little warm-up for the pips. We'll move on to the medium. I'll have a look, see if I can figure out the geometry for it before we shift on to the ad break. So the first thing I need to look for is, does anything add to any of the stated numbers that we have? Because I can already see that we've got too much that is above the... Oh, that's less than. Which literally only leaves us with 3 faces. 5 faces that could go there in any direction. It's not useful. Yeah, there's a few ways that that can be made, but the 6 is quite telling actually. Because 8, 12, 4, 10, 9, 0, 8, which means you actually get that straight away. Well, we know this is a double. It has to be either that we have 4 doubles. It could be, but it can't be the 5, and it can't be the blank because we don't have another 5 or blank to fill out this bit. Like the amount of like empty cells that we have where it's just not telling us anything about what goes there is not nice. Do not approve. Okay, so it also can't be the 4, so yeah, it's going to have to be the 6 that goes in there. We do have to keep in mind that we're going to have to build out ends. So if it goes that way, let me quickly try and sketch out the geometry, possible geometry. So if I do that, will it all still fit? It will. Yeah, no matter how I lay out that geometry, it will fit from whichever direction I end up going from the 6. Okay, so before I try and get any deeper into logic, the ad break's coming up, so we will pause. There isn't a full-on pause button for this one, unfortunately. But it'll pause off whilst we're away. So I will see you right after these words from Twitch. Welcome back. So the game did auto-pause. So yeah, we got to the point where we fixed some of our geometry. We do only have one way of reaching 10 with a single domino, but unfortunately with this less than 4 here, it does actually mean that one of these is going to be the double 5. I just don't know which one. Because it's the only single domino that will add to 10. So the other thing that we're left with is trying to make a 6 here. Like, no matter what, these dominoes are both going to take 2 pipped faces, which means we can't have the blank anywhere in this section. So the blank could go in either of these. My bet is that blank is actually going to go here. Right, from here I need to figure out ways of making the 6. Whilst keeping in mind that I'm going to need a 4 over here for one of these. Because we only have one double 5, and the only other way we can make the 10 is with a 6 and a 4. What? As in across the top of it? Like that? It is possible, because then that'll just force us to have to move around like this. And if we have to move around like that, that will force the double 5 here. Yeah. Right, that's going to be less than 4. I can already see this falling over. Because we can't put a full value 6 in here, looking into the 10. Because we can't make 10 using a 2 or a 3 domino. So actually, that has helped, but for entirely the wrong reason. So that gives, yeah, because we don't have the double 6, so that actually cannot go there. So we don't have enough 6s to fill that out. So yeah, one of these needs to contain a 6 and a 4. The other needs to do something else. So I think this should give me this. There we go. So yeah, like the blanket intersecting was a nice idea, but it wouldn't have left us with enough 6s connected to dominoes that would give us 10 values. But yeah, that was a nice little one. Not a bad medium. And now we move on to the hard, which it usually gives me a bit of trouble. Okay, so again, we start by trying to figure out what our geometry is. Well, I entertained it because you're a loyal viewer, so it was worth looking into at least. Okay, so what doubles do we have? That's the thing I need to check, because we do have a large equals here. So double 1, double 2. Okay, so that's it. We only have a double 1 and a double 2. So the only way that we can figure this out is, well, the first thing we need to do is see which way round it is. Is it this? Or is it this? Because it can't be both. Can we get there a slightly different way than me having to double check all of that? Do we have dominoes that add up to 5? We have 5 blank and a 2-3, which would satisfy both of these. We also have a 1-4. Okay. And what about the 10? For a 10, we need a 6-4 or a 5-5. No, we do not have that, which means this will have to be my geometry. So we're going to end up with one of the zeros on either side here with a 1 on the other. The zeros and only, no, we have 2 of them. Yeah, both zeros and the 6-1 and the 4-1 could fit in all of that. Total less than 5. We have a few that would work there. We have 2 dominoes that are greater than. So the first one I want to experiment with is this, because we actually only have 2 possibilities for what can go here. So I'm just going to make a quick note for I know, I'm getting there. So I'm just going to make a quick note here so I know that the 6-3 is what I started with. So if I don't need to do it that way, I can do it there. I can do it with just a mark next to that. That's where I started. Valid. Okay, so now I need a 2-1 going in here. A blank something, and yeah, it means blank 5. And then we end up with one of these 2 5s pointing into the blank. So we wait and see. I'm keeping you sane by struggling with puzzles? Wow. Okay. So the only other... Oh, that's greater than 5, never mind. That's less than 5, sorry. So we are left with 2 doubles now, 1s and 2s. The 1s will work with that. What's the other 5 that we've got? 5, 4, 5, 2. Either of them can work to make total 5. Okay, we don't have 2 blanks left, which means the double 2 can't be in here. I don't know why I immediately jumped to it being a double. Oh, because we don't have enough tiles left. So yeah, the double 1 is the only thing that can fit there. Because we just don't have enough low enough values, I don't think. Oh, we do. Yeah, because we could have... No, we can't, because we need that to be greater than, so that's going to have to be this, because we've already used the other 6 up here. So this is a thing that we need to keep an eye on. That can be 1-3 going in here, because that gets us to a total of 5. It could also be the 2-2, getting us to a total of 5, which means we're either going to have the 0-4 coming up here, or a 1 something. 0-4, when neither of them would work. So we're going to need, I think we're going to need this. Bear with me. So then we need 4 here. No, we don't. We need 3 here, and I can't do 3 there, so that's going to have to be something else. 1, 3, then we need 2. So I don't know why, but how I got there, but that's 6. No, okay. So I'm already hitting a stumbling block here. So that means we're probably going to have to use the 5-2 there, which means we'll need 2-1, that's 2, no, so then we're needing 2. So what have we got left that will actually fit in here? We only have the 4s. But we don't have a double left for that, so cool, everything falls over because I don't have the dominoes left. So, ooh, that's interesting. My ad manager has just disappeared. Okay, yeah, all it took was a refresh, it's back. Last thing I want is for it to try and cut ads in and me not spot them. So just doing something with this. Right, what 2s have we got? So I need to figure out what I've got enough of here now. 1s and at the moment 2s. I also have a couple of 5s. I know I need to use at least 1 here. With this setup I need to use... Yeah, it's still not telling me when the ad manager is. Like, the ad manager is still not working properly. That's fun. I'm gonna quickly tab over to something else. Give me a second. Check something. Yes, it's all still working properly. Okay. Yeah, this is a different. So this is going to have to be a 0-1 somehow. So let's switch these around now. See if there's anything I can do. That will force this because I don't have a 4-1, and I like moves that are forcing. We only have a couple of... Okay, so the only value we can use here is this one, because the 3 and the 2 and the 1 are too low to be able to make 10, and that automatically falls over, because then we don't have another 6. Okay. Okay. So what will look for? So I could use the 4-0 and then 1 with a high number. Again, I'll work with that. So I think I can rule out the 1-6 there. Yeah. So this means I need to have a 2 there. The only 2 that can fit is this one. And that does leave me with enough 2s to be able to fit in the double. I'm going to need a 5 in here, but I can use any of these to make 5. So I don't have a 4. I don't have a 6 to match with the 4 to go in here, so that has to be that. That's a lot to work with there, but here we now only have 3 out of the 6 dominoes left that can fit in this section. Because it's explicitly less than. That is still not telling me when ads are likely to come up, which is worrying. Refreshing it literally just gives me the weird Twitch pop-up, which goes away, which comes up every time you access a page, because they don't know how to actually manage cookies. Okay, so if we go high with this one, that leaves us needing 3 there, so it can't be that. If I do this, then it definitely can't be that. Okay, so I've gone too high with that. So if I try the 5-2, that gives us the 3 here. I mean, as a serve, it's fine, but like they need to get their web developer to actually like manage cookies properly, because it doesn't manage them at all. Okay, so trying it this way, it still falls over because I still can't fit a 3 in here. So there's something wrong with me trying to use. I think it's something wrong with me trying to use those. So I'm gonna have to switch over to the 1s, which is gonna make this very interesting. So the only ones I've got left are these 2. Do I not have a 5 yet? I do. Okay. So that's the lowest 5 I've got. Yeah, they won't be pushing my channel anymore. Oh, no, because I still can't get in there with 4s. I don't have enough 2s to do it that way. Okay, so I think we're going to have to try something a little different. We can't try it with 4. And again, so that will have to be the blank and 5 if I'm using that too. I don't have a 2 blank. And everything else is too high, so it will have to be that. I can't use the blank 4, so that's a blank. That has to be blank 5. Really wishing that 5-1 that'd make life so much easier. So yeah, now I need to, I think it's this corner, or this bottom section here, that is going to solve it for me. Like that 1-2 up here would be very useful down here. Yeah, I don't think it can be the 5-4 because we don't have enough space to play with the ones, because that has to be less than 5, which means it's got to be 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I can get 3, and then anything else I use to make the 5 here will fall over. So if I try the 5, 2, and I can do 3, 1, but that leaves us no doubles for this. Just like that part so far has to be correct. And I think that has to be the double 1. The only way to stay low enough with the provided dominoes that this will stay below 5. So the ways that I can keep this below 5 and start to make 5, it needs to be a 1. I do not have a 1-5, so it can't be the 1-4. Like that will not fit. That will technically fit there, but then I can't add a 5 into here. The 3 will fit, and then we have to use the 2-5. I use the blank 4. We don't have a 1-5. I use the blank 5. I don't have another blank 5. So it's going to have to be this. Forces this. The only domino we have left that is worth less than 4 is this one. Aha! I got there. I was just starting in the wrong places. And then it doesn't matter which row I put that one. But yeah, so that one took a little longer than usual. But we got there. So that a second to clock that I've pressed the button for the tracker to go up one, and it is ignoring it. Fantastic. Just what I like to see. So let's do that manually. 44. So yeah, we're done with New York Times, as no one has redeemed any bonus puzzles. So because my ad manager has broken entirely and I can't see anything. Oh, it's working on the Twitch's official platform. It's just that plugin for OBS isn't working. Fantastic. Just what I love to see. So I've timed that well because apparently we have an ad starting in a couple of minutes. So what I'll do is I will switch over to an ad break now, and then we'll crack on with chess. So we'll be back very shortly. Welcome back. So yeah, apparently the ad stock is working again now, and we are ready to carry on with some chess.com puzzles. We'll start with the daily, which is very hit and miss for me. If I only have to use a hint or two, then I will count it as a victory, because that's very good for me. In future, if I get better at it, that might change and get a bit stricter. But I often struggle to see whether or not the aim of the puzzle is to go for checkmate or for just trying to win material. Like, in theory, this could be about trying to capture the queen and be up on material that way. And that is kind of what I want to go for here, actually. I'm very tempted to just push this pawn and see what happens. Like, that would be my go-to here. Which would not be the ideal move. Okay, so it's meant to be a king move. I think we need to sneak in and guard this pawn. And then we can get check on the king here. There we go. Yeah. I'll count that as a victory. I only needed the one hint. That is very good for me. So, because I've actually kept up with it for most of the week, that is all of the dailies for today. We'll move on to the more general puzzles. So, on the general puzzles, I go until we get the 3 daily solves, and after that we keep on until we get the streak. Similar to the daily, if I only need to use one hint, I still count it as a victory on the tracker. No, I skip it. I don't count it as a fail, because the general puzzles are easier if I can't solve it. If I need it to tell me a move fully to solve, then I'm going to count it as a fail. Okay, so let's just let this load. White to move, looking for mate. Okay, so this one is, although it looks like a busy board, this is it's deceptively simple. It's a single queen. We jump in here. The king can't take or escape with the queen here because the bishop is guarding it. So win. Black to move, looking for mate. Okay, so this one is a little harder to spot, but again, it's a queen move. We come all the way across and take this pawn, and the king can't take it or escape. Because not only is the queen blocking its escape path, the rook is guarding the queen. Black to move, looking for mate. Okay. Okay, so you start with the bishop. So it took me a second to get here, but you move the bishop, which will force the king out of the way over here. Then you can move the queen in and sacrifice it to the knight, and then we chase it up with the rook for, like, the rook taking the knight for a back rank mate. Like this. So the brilliant is when you're using, when you're sacrificing a high value piece for a winning position. So that is the daily 3. We will keep going until the streak ends. White to move, looking for mate. Okay. Okay, this one is a little harder to spot because of the amount of lines you've got across. So it is a single queen move, but it took me a minute to spot. So you just move the queen all the way up into the corner. The king can't use any of these squares because the queen's connected, and if it goes here, the rook is guarding. Okay, white to move. I think this is looking for mate again. Part of me just wants to take the pawn. I know that that's wrong because all I can get is a check out of that. If I run queen to here, it's safe. The king can still run here or here, and I can't get the rooks in quick enough. You can line up a ladder, mate, I think. Yeah, you could. So from here, there's only one place for the king to go. You move one of the rooks over, and then you behead the king by sliding the king. This is level 5 of a particular rank, because I have been playing chess puzzles for a while, and so if I just keep scrolling down this bit at the side, you can see just how long I've been playing chess puzzles for. But this is also after they have revamped what the puzzle journey looks like. I've gone through quite a few levels of it. In a bit, I'll go over and tell you just how many puzzles I've solved. Because this over here is the points I have got for solving the puzzles. And at the end of this one, I'll let it run through and show you just how many points you get per puzzle for it to have got to this rating. Right, black to move, looking for mate. Okay, I think this is a knight. Yeah, so we move the knight here, then it puts it under check. It can escape here, but we can bring the queen all the way in. Oh, didn't see that. But also, we can just bring the queen here. And then we just take. And then we move up here. Oof, nearly lost that one. So that's, yeah, 96 points I got in total for that puzzle. That's quite a lot of puzzles played. Right, let's go back onto the splash screen while we go into my actual account settings. God, it's really not being nice about letting me go to my general settings here. Where is it? Games, is that right? No, overview, puzzles. I've got a puzzle rating, but it's not actually giving me like a total of how many I've done. But apparently I've spent a total of 7 hours just playing the puzzles, and they're not exactly long form, as you might have seen. Yeah. After that, all we've got left is the couple of puzzles on the Telegraph, as no one has redeemed the points on the channel for additional bonus puzzles, or at least if you have, I haven't spotted it in the chat. Yeah, we'll move over to the Telegraph and do them. So the only ones we're going to be doing are the cogs, the sorted, and the plus word. Cogs, this is a what if a crossword was filled in, but we have boxes we can rotate. So the first thing I do is try and... Okay, I'll go back and do one of the Netflix ones in a bit. But as soon as I'm done with the Telegraph, I'll go back and do a network puzzle. So the first step is always, for me at least, trying to figure out what some of the longer words are. I know it's not this, but we just... My friend Tyler would approve. What do you mean think? It's been obvious for a couple of streams now, Tab. Okay, so I have one of the long words, and that'll help lock in some of the others. I'm not seeing what that is at the moment. Right, own goals. Okay, that's something. They don't usually put trick words in there. Ruin, rush. Yeah, it looks like we're getting somewhere with that. With this, so yeah, that's probably going to be Dawn. Okay, not good at that one. Yeah. Okay, not necessarily that one, but definitely that one, but neither, because we could also have... So it's one of these two. So that's probably low. Roller, okay. More likely to be Pat than it is the other one. Expecting the Telegraph is Stratify. There we go. Right. That wasn't too bad. Sorted, like this is always trial and error for me. Letters by the number of times they appear in this question. Oh god. Okay. A only appears once. E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That seems to go. I'm just gonna have to get the pen out again, aren't I? E R S T A. A appeared once. E is 8. R 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that was an interesting one. Like, I've never had one where the answer is in the question. That's new. Astronomy terms missing from the titles of famous novels alphabetically. Okay, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Planet of the Apes. That's know that one. Don't know that one. Journey to the Center of the Earth, which is for both of these. I'm just going to use that on that now. Also rises, maybe? I'm going to try that. Okay, that was close. Like, I don't actually know these two, so I'm curious. Like, the Moonstone and the Sun also rises. Okay. But no, I knew Jules Verne, Journey to the Center of the Earth. I've read the increasingly badly named trilogy, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It ends up being called that by book 5 in the trilogy. I've never even heard of the Moonstone. I'm aware of Planet of the Apes. I've seen one of the movies, one of the older ones, not the fairly recent ones with a lot of CGI. And I've heard of Hemingway, but I don't know The Sun Also Rises. If my friend Kurt ever watches this video, he'll be very disappointed in me. Oasis hits in the order that I don't know. I don't like Oasis. This is just going to be trial and error. Yeah, I'm not an Oasis fan. I listen to actual rock music. I don't care how much hate that one gets me. Constantly telling someone at the Rock and Metal Night that a DJ that no, you are not having Oasis played. It's bad. Right, so the plus word is a mini crossword, and then at the end of it we also have a what they call their plus word, which is essentially a wordle, where we get the yellow letters here to help us fill it in, and we have to guess any non-given letters. Right, 6 across sleeper's sound, that's going to be snore. I think. Do that or just a line of Z's, and I don't think it's going to be that. Japanese art form, I don't know. Okay, this one I know. It's a famous quote, but I'm not sure if it's actually in the movie. I think that's one of the big trivia things. Like, here's looking at you, kid. Okay, so this is going to be a four-letter word that's then pluralized. Like, this one, I want to say ouch, but that doesn't fit. I have no idea who Ravi Shankar is. Yeah, this is going to be one of the ones where we get a bonus window that you guys can't see, where I Google some stuff to find out what it is, because I can't answer the puzzle on trivia if I don't know the trivia. So, who is Ravi Shankar? Instrument. Plays a sitar. Yeah, I got there just as the message was coming through, sorry. Yeah, he plays a sitar. I'm not liking this. The amount of S's. Test as what? Is it going to be assess? I'm not liking that double S. Assess is the only thing I can think of that goes there. And that still doesn't help me with what could possibly go there. Right, artistic view. What's this one? Japanese art form. You did an art degree, right? I'm struggling with this one. But, you know, crosswords aren't really usually my thing. Right, first thing I'm going to do is check my grid. Okay, so far I'm right. Yeah, I get it. The amount of different things I've trained in and now cannot really remember any of. Okay, what else? Okay, so let's look at this Japanese art form then. Japanese art form, 5 letters. If it is this, I am gonna be very surprised. But this is what the internet this is what Google's thing seems to think it is. Right, let's see if Google was right. Okay, it's anime. It's not what I was expecting. Right, I want to reveal this letter. Okay, so that's going to be a maze. Assay? I think that's a type of assessment. It's not going to be. Yes. Yes. Yeses. Yeah, like initially I was like thinking like Kinsuragami or Kintsugi. That's what I was thinking of, like Kintsugi stuff like that. And you know, that's not going to fit into a 5x5, is it? Right. Snack. Oh, schedule. Schedules. So it's actually 4 letters with an S. And to snack is to graze. Let's double check this grid. Make sure. Yeah, cool. And now I've got to figure out a wordle with G, T, Z, and I, and they are all in the wrong places. Wonderful. No. Okay. As far as I'm aware, there's a guy. It's like a cultural guide to places. If they stabbed in the dark. I don't know what we're working with here. But it looks like the ad break is coming up. So we'll switch over to that before we try and solve the rest of the plus word. I will be back very shortly. Back, we're just about to try and solve the plus word part of plus word. I've already checked the grid. I did that on the script, so but we know that the clues are answered correctly. So now I've just got to try and figure out what these could be. So unfortunately, that could be literally anything. This is not far behind. It can be G, T, Z, or anything. G, I. God, handwriting's getting worse and worse as the day goes on. G, I, Z, or anything. Okay, this can only be I, T, or anything, and this can literally be all of them, like the first one. Okay, so this can... So, yeah, I've not really got much to go off there, have I? Oh, is it by any chance glitz? As in glitz and glam. Fantastic. So there is us done with Telegraph. I'm not too keen on the panagram, and I'm not doing another Sudoku today. Thank you very much. But I did have a 1 bonus puzzle redeemed on Netflix. So we'll go over here and have a look at these. I quite like the crossover, and I was told that it's any of my choice. So the crossover is a mini crossword that is already filled in with all the letters in the wrong place. They also have emojis as full words that can be used in place of part of words. I've not done before, or not done today. Not done ever. I honestly, with like all the Netflix ones, I've already at least tried all of them, and in the past I've done quite a few of the New York Times puzzles. So, so it's Jack something. Pirates of the Caribbean says Jack Sparrow. So there's the first one. Kitchen garment for protecting clothes. This is in print. B in music. Okay. But that will probably end up back over at the New York Times. Because I don't really tend to do any New York Times ones anymore outside of the Pips and the Wordle. Even music, it's a note. Come back to that one. This is going to be treat yourself. Like that. Like a football stadium during the big game. Wow. And also like most pubs on a game night. Rowdy. Accidentally changed the channel during a show's climax, say. No. No time like the present. That'll be today. Places to make a scene. Effects, as in set of show. What's this one? Act rhyme for bit. I have no idea what that is, but okay. And then we are left with this. Ed. Okay, yeah. So that looks like we're all done with Netflix. So we'll go to... we'll go back over to the New York Times for the bonus puzzle for Chelsea. Now, let's see. Okay, so I've done it a couple of times, but I'm not very good at it. We'll go with connections. Well, that will definitely get you quite a bit of bonus time. Okay. So we have to create groups of 4 here. So the words we are given in a 4x4 grid are angel, snowflake, jack, screwdriver, Bombay, strut, patron, beam, champion, Chelsea, column, ice scraper, spare tire, brace, sponsor, and jumper cables. Okay, so one that I think I'm spotting straight away is these are all different types of investors. Or benefactors, close enough. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that one. Beams and columns and struts. I feel like that might be a red herring. But a jack, a brace, a jack, a spare tire, jumper cables, and a screwdriver, maybe? All stuff that you find in a car? No, one away. No, but strut, brace, column, and beam, I think, will match. Yeah. Ice scraper, jumper cables, spare tire, jack, are all things that you need for a car. Yeah. So an ice scraper is for when it's very cold out. We get that a lot in the UK. A jack is for lifting the car so you can change the wheel. Jumper cables, in case your battery goes dead. Spare tire in case one breaks. I don't know. Screwdriver, Bombay. Are these all types of cocktails, maybe? Ending in bodies of water. Like, I don't like some of the purple ones, like, because it's not about the whole word, it's literally about this section. And it's easier to do with the pen. See, it's about this bit, this bit, this bit, and this bit all matching. Like, come on, guys. Yeah, I often, like, if I do solve the connections, which is rare, today was a surprisingly good one for me. If I do solve it, the purple is usually one that I get by process of elimination, like it was today. Yeah, we've had the connections, which I think I've only done on stream once, maybe twice. So yeah, unless there's any last second redemptions for either Netflix or the New York Times, I think we're all out of puzzles, guys. No worries. See you soon, Tab. I think we're calling it to a close here anyway. Enjoy that drink. Yeah, yeah, it doesn't look like anyone is redeeming any more bonuses, so I think we will call it there. Thanks very much for joining. Because we failed at having the giveaway yesterday, we will try again soon. At some point next week, we'll be giving away the same Steam key as it wasn't redeemed by anyone yet. I haven't decided what day yet, but we'll see. Hopefully, I'll be streaming tomorrow. Keep an eye on the socials. If you don't see anything by like 4:30, 5 o'clock, then I won't be streaming, unfortunately. I will try and put a post out if I can't, but also keep an eye on them just to know what time I'll actually be streaming, because I won't know until the day. Until next time, bye.